Good morning, world. Good afternoon. Good evening, depending on what part of the world you are listening from. My name is Sola Mahotu, broadcasting live from Lagos, Nigeria. Amore et reverare. Amore et reverare. Love and respect. It is based on these two words that the creator of this platform created TBC because he has love for the world and respect for the downtrodden. That's why TBC was created. So, Amore et Reverare is our slogan. This morning, my topic is TBC Today, the possibilities of making money in TBC. But before I go into that, I have to remind us all that we are still in the distribution phase of TBC, even though we have gone much further into it by now, because we are now concentrating on enlisting merchants all over the world. Merchants all over the world. We are enlisting them now, and according to statistics, we have over 6,000 merchants listed in TBC. And that's the highest number of merchants listed on any cryptocurrency platform in the world. So TBC is going places, and a lot of merchants are listed in TBC. Even though we have not gotten to the economic phase, we are already in the partial economic phase, as we are still hiring and distributing, because you can, with your TBC or Clinkles, you can acquire some goods and services now as we are talking. Towards the end of this broadcast, I will go to merchant listing and show you some of the merchants spread all over the world. Some are even taking up to 50% of our money, Clinkles, and 50% cash in every country they are. So everywhere you are in the world now, you can get services or goods using your Clinkles. So sitting on the fence and waiting when the economic phase will come on, you are wasting your time. You can now move in and begin to enjoy the abundance that TBC is out to create. Remember, the coin itself is one of the tools that is being used to get to the main aim of TBC, which is eradicating poverty globally and creating abundance. So in order to do this, the coin was introduced to facilitate getting to this destination quickly. So if you are still sitting on the fence waiting for TBC to get to economic phase, you will lose a lot of time. You will lose a lot of valuable time you could have used to introduce your business or acquire some goods and services that you require. You can buy land, you can buy electronics, there's nothing you cannot buy. You can go to hotels and lodge, even in Dubai. Everybody knows that Dubai is one of the most expensive places in the world now. There are hotels in Dubai where you can lodge and eat and drink, paying 50% with Clinkles and 50% cash. So you can see what's happening. In Europe, there are places you can buy laptops almost 100%. In America as well, 50% and all that. In Cameroon, in Nigeria, you have companies and businesses, you can acquire their goods and services using our clinicals. Now, let me get to the topic of today, and that is how to make money using TBC Today. There are two ways you can make money in TBC. One way is by acquiring TBC coins and crinkles. The other way is by using TBC platform to get cash in whatever currency you want. But please, we have to differentiate between cashing out TBC and using TBC platform to acquire your own fiat currency in your own country or wherever you want to acquire the currency from. First of all, you cannot cash out in TBC. TBC is on no currency cap or coin cap. TBC is purely private. Please, people should understand that TBC is purely private. That is, TBC money is to be used and is used to acquire goods and services to bear among the members of the community of TBC. Hence, the merchants are brought into TBC to join hands with the TBCians to sell their goods and services using TBC. So that is one way of making money in TBC, by exchanging goods and services using TBC. The other way of making money in TBC is using TBC platform. Please, people should understand that you use TBC platform to get a fiat currency. And how do you do that? That is the question now. How do you do that? Even though TBC is purely private, you cannot exchange its money with any of the fiat currency, but you can use TBC platform to acquire currency. You do that by taking part in activities in TBC, and some of these activities are compensated by giving you Bitcoin, which you can eventually exchange for any currency you want. That is how you can use TBC platform to get fiat currency, not by exchanging TBC coin or crinkles in fiat currency. That is my main topic of today, to clarify this situation, because a lot of people are still making mistake asking, where can they cash out? Where can they cash out? No, if you want to make fiat currency, TBC is a very fertile ground to do that. By taking part in the activities TBC organize, some of them are paid out in Bitcoin, and then you can get your Bitcoin to exchange for any currency you want. Now, let me give you an example. If you recruit a lot of people, and they pay the maintenance fee, for the platform, which is the value of 8 grains of gold. If these were referrals, the people you bring, and they pay the maintenance fee as supposed to do, they pay the 8 grains of gold, the equivalent of 8 grains of gold, which by now fluctuates between 25 and 30 something dollars. You, as the sponsor, get 50% of this money that your referrals pay. And normally it is paid in Bitcoin because TBC is not fluent yet, has not got to its destination, and the people working for TBC require to get fed, and their salaries, maintenance fee is paid in Bitcoin. Now, when it is paid in Bitcoin, you as a sponsor get 50% of that. This is what we call the Bitcoin bounty. Immediately your sponsor, your referral pays his maintenance fee, 50% of it goes straight into your own account as a sponsor. This money that goes into your account as a sponsor, this Bitcoin that goes into your account as a sponsor, you can now withdraw it into your Bitcoin wallet and then exchange it with any currency you want. This is one of the ways you make fiat currency using TBC platform. Another way you make fiat currency using TBC platform is by taking part in the weekly contest that we do every week in around 6 or 7 languages. This contest compensates those who come first, second, or third during the contest of how many of your referrals pay their maintenance fee within that week. If you are the highest, if the number of your referrals are the highest in that week, for example, in English language, you come first. Then the next following you comes second, and the third one comes third. These people are given Bitcoin in the value of 200 grains of gold, 100 grains of gold, and 50 grains of gold. And these payouts are done in Bitcoin. Now, when you get this Bitcoin, you can now convert it to any currency you want. So this is another way of making fiat currency using TBC. I hope that is very clear. Please, you cannot exchange TBC with any fiat currency. First of all, the value of one TBC now, that one of TBC is over $12 million. You cannot exchange it with any, and you cannot buy it. Any TBC you make, or the kringle you make in TBC, is given to you as a reward for the services you render. You cannot and will never buy TBC. People make mistake and say, I'm investing in TBC. You do not invest in TBC. You earn TBC as a reward for any job you carry out. Let me digress a little bit. Let me tell you some of the jobs you do and you earn TBC. There is promotion going on now as I'm talking to you now. If you recruit merchants, pay your maintenance fee within the month, this happens once a month, you get 100 TBC, you get 100 coins of TBC. This is one way of earning TBC. You know, naturally, you cannot buy 100 coins of TBC. It's unbelievable. You can never do it. I don't know, maybe Dangote or any of these very rich people can afford to buy one TBC, but you as ordinary person, it's practically impossible for you to buy one TBC. Now, another second way you get compensated for doing a job in TBC is for attending meetings in TBC. There's what we call the weekly meetings. If you attend it, you are compensated with TBC. If you get the keyword of that day and insert it and submit it, you get compensated for attending the meeting. There's another one we call the mass adoption meetings. You attend it every Monday, from Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. You're also compensated when you get the keyword of that day and insert and submit it. Another way again is by recruiting merchants. The number of merchants you recruit in the month, for every merchant you recruit, you get 1 coin in the month. So by the time you pay a maintenance fee and recruit those, the number of merchants you get will be added to your 100 coins, which you get for paying your maintenance fee, and then you make the quantity of coins for that month. So you see, these are the ways you earn TBC. By attending meetings, by recruiting. So whenever you do any job for TBC, you get paid. For example, as I'm doing broadcast now, when I do my broadcast and submit it and it's approved, I get paid. So I'm making money while I'm broadcasting. So you do not buy TBC. You do not invest in TBC. TBC is not a cryptocurrency like other ones. The other ones are market-based cryptocurrencies whose prices fluctuate according to market demand, supply and demand system. But TBC does not fluctuate. It goes only up because it depends on the number of human beings that join TBC. So these are the ways of earning TBC. Now, back to how you can make money on TBC. I've told you how you can make fiat currencies on TBC using the platform of TBC. But you cannot say you invest in TBC and you can now go to ATM or any other place and you cash out and get TBC. Anybody who tells you that is a scammer, you should run away from that. So to be in TBC, you have to do TBC. If you demand, you these merchants that are doing a goods and services percentage TBC percentage in the country, because TBC again, they can use their funds in, like, for example, a business to sell food, you get partial, you get probably 20%. So those merchants that, I'm sorry for the interruption. I hope it's not affecting my broadcast. Those merchants that are accepting TBC, they know what they are doing. First and foremost, accepting TBC will drive a lot of customers to your business. TBC has millions of members worldwide, and by accepting their own money, you are driving their members to your business, and they will be patronizing your business. So the merchants know what they're doing. Secondly, the merchants can use the TBC they have to order for other products or their same product from their suppliers overseas. So they are not losing anything. You see, that is the economy that TBC is. That's the economy that TBC is growing from the ground up. It is very, very important that one understands how TBC operates. TBC is the only cryptocurrency that has a well-organized community in the whole world. Let's look at Bitcoin. Who knows members of the Bitcoin? Nobody knows members of Bitcoin. All the mighty people that stock Bitcoin, they don't even show their faces. They're behind to criticize cryptocurrency and tell you that cryptocurrency is not working, while they are amassing cryptocurrencies and using it as a reserve for the fiat currency that will soon collapse. But in TBC, the community is organized. They are well put together. If you join TBC, you join their community and become known. Everybody knows the other, and they are very friendly to themselves and well organized and are very charitable people. So that's the only cryptocurrency in the world where this is happening. Other cryptocurrency, they collect your money, they exchange money. They don't know who you are. They don't want to know who you are. Hence, they can defraud you of your money. But in TBC, you cannot do that because everybody knows everybody, and we come together all the time, and we organize TBC all the time. Now, let me give a hint to what the situation is a little bit in TBC now. Now, if been in TBC since 21st of March 2016, when it was first made public by the creator, you know that the admin of TBC has always been the creator of TBC. But now, the admin of TBC knows that one person cannot be the of 1 billion people alone. And this has been in his plan. People didn't understand it before. Naturally, when you are starting a business, you have to run it alone and see how it, until you put it in the proper pedestal where you can now allow other people to take part in the running of the organization. Because by then you have mapped out the strategy and the administrative organigram of the business. So after 4 years now, the only admin of TBC, the creator of TBC, has come now and created 111,111 other co-admins. Before, he was making decisions on his own alone. But now the decision making is democratized and comes to this board of co-admins called the mass adoption team. They are 111,111. You don't become a member of that team by election or by nomination. You become a member of that team by free will. If you want to join that team, you join that team. It's very simple. There are conditions for joining. You have to be recruiting the merchants. You have to be ready to work for TBC to see to the quick arrival at the destination of TBC. Then you can be a member of the mass adoption team. And how do you do that? You do it by recruiting people and merchants massively. Two, by paying administrative admission fee regularly. And three, by attending all the important meetings of the organization. So these things are the things you do to be a mass adoption team. As I said, the admin, the solar the kind of administrative is 7,111 people running at the stage. So now democratically, so you are free to join. You are free to come in. TB is a private organization, not a secret organization at all. It's one who wants to join. So TB organization is kind of organization, a very friendly and homely organization. You just see you did. Having said this, let me come to the conclusion of my today's broadcast by saying you can make money in TBC in two ways. One, if you want to make fiat currency, you can use the platform of TBC to make fiat currency through Bitcoin. Two, you can make money in TBC by acquiring TBC own money, its own currency, through service to the organization. You cannot invest in TBC. You cannot convert the money. It's used peer-to-peer because it's a private organization. Thank you. God bless you. Bye for now. See you again. Bye.